didn't get a chance to do whatever it was he needed to do. And it was more frustration than anything else. That, it's like, when you cross, that's it. I go, well, can I go back? Rigor mortis. No, there's nothing for you to go back to. If you go back there, you're going to be really pissed. You only think you're frustrated now? Because I remember saying that, because in Ireland we grew up where we wake the body 3 days and 3 nights. It's the Irish Roman Catholic thing to do. And waking is sitting with the body 24/7. Somebody has to be awake with the body 3 days and 3 nights. Now, we were also told the reason it's called awake is in case they wake up. Now, I was younger when my grandfather died, and I was sitting in the room by myself with this big coffin. And it wasn't a pleasant experience, to say the least. Now it would be kind of cool. But, morgues don't freak me out anymore, that kind of thing. And I remember saying to my mother, I said, why did they call it awake? I think I was 9 years old, 10 years old. And she said, well, in case the body wakes up. I said, but won't he be pissed? Didn't they embalm him? And she's like, looking at me like no adult had ever thought of that. His fucking lips are sewn together, his eyes are sewn shut. It's like, help me! And this was all going through my head. So from that point, I was looking at the death experience totally differently. Because, I was like over and nobody's looking, and be poking in his eyes, poking his cheeks. His fingers were like bricks. And I was like, he's not here. And then I saw the movie Temple Grandin, where she was an autistic lady, and she went to see her friend who had passed, and she looked at the body and went, where'd he go? Or the horse. She did the same thing with the horse. And that's the experience I had with my grandfather. I'm like, where'd he go? It's not him. I'm not feeling anything. You just can't go from feeling something from somebody to feeling nothing. Where does that go? Well, physics teaches us energy cannot be created nor destroyed. So once the energy leaves the body, it has to go somewhere.
I mean, I could ask you 12 million questions. But I lost my point anyway.
No.
I have a question.
But did that answer your question?
A little. I mean, nothing ever is. Because when someone dies, you want it, and you picture the whole thing. You want to think that they haven't. Okay, like with you guys, your relative has a knowledge that there's a baby being born.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not through vision.
No.
Like, what's it through?
Well, I mean, do you understand quantum physics? Then I'd be wasting my time. It has to do with, you're here thinking with an earthly brain about how a human would view something.
Yes.
You've got to get a step back from that and go, okay, we're not dealing with earth rules. Yeah. Because on the other side, my son has shown me how they travel. And they travel at the speed of thought. We will never match that on this planet, ever. We have trouble right now with the speed of light, for crying out loud. And to them, that's a jet versus a bicycle. Speed of thought. You don't have time. There's no time concept and no distance concept.
Right.
Which is quantum physics. And here, we get caught up in time, we get caught up in distance, we get caught up in a whole bunch of stuff. Limitations is what they call it. We get caught up in our limitations. If we can't walk to the moon, that's a limitation. They don't have that. They could if they wanted to. And I think with us, once they cross over, it's like looking at a crystal, and you've heard, do you believe that?
I think that I didn't really until maybe today.
Right, because the crystal contains cells, and the cells contain information. It's like a battery. Battery doesn't have personality, but it contains information. You put it into something, it'll make it run. How does it know how to do that? We don't know, we just do it. Turn on the light, where's it come from? What's the point of it, But it's the same thing when you cross over. Every piece of that energy has information in it. And if you're clued in enough, and you allow it to flow through you, That information will then be implanted up here. And you'll get it. Now, sometimes you'll hear it because that's what you want to do. Sometimes you'll see it because that's what you want to do. You want to see the person.
Yeah.
So you will see them. You'll project that image of them in front of you. You will hear them because you want to do that. With me, that's how I started out. It's too damn slow. I can't do that. I used to read cards. Can't do that anymore. It's too damn slow. As soon as I tap into the energy, it flows. And that's why you don't get all the information, is because it's like if you can imagine it on a conveyor belt, going pretty quickly, and you're just grabbing whatever you can.
Yeah.
Lucy.
Yeah, it's like the Lucy show. And you're grabbing at whatever you can off that conveyor belt. Now when I'm channeling, if I slow it down, then I'll get more information, but then it's a session. And in a group setting, no, I can't do that.
Okay.
That's how the information
Now,
comes
don't they
through.
come through also, like you said, with if they're swearing, but won't they, I know that sometimes they come through with words that they would use when they were here, so you would know it's them.
Yeah, but they will not do that a lot of times. I'll know whether to say it or not.
Right.
But I mean, if they're coming through and I say the swear word, it means they haven't gone to the light. Because I've been doing this long enough, I don't want to be sitting there swearing in front of the client. It's not cool. You know, it's not. It used to be kind of fun before, but it's not anymore. The clients that I have, they don't want that. You know, they want the information. And if I say to a client, they swore a lot when they were here, and they go, yeah, they did, but that's usually enough. I don't have to be saying the words. You know, that kind of thing. And the way we've been gotten lately, we get recorded a lot, and we're on camera a lot. It's like I've got to be very careful about some of the stuff that I use. But if you come to me for a private session and you've got an old sailor who just passed, then yeah, there's going to be a lot of swear words if he hasn't gone to the light yet. But thank goodness that doesn't happen all the time. Right? Yes. Mm-hmm.
You're speaking about past lives.
Yes.
And there's the present life.
Mhm.
And I know time and the illusion and everything, they pass on to the spirit world. What about coming back?
This is the last place you want to come back to,
But yet we
honestly.
keep coming back. So the question is about...
But
when
this
you
is
cross about
2012,
coming
you know, and I believe a lot has shifted, that we are in a weird, wonderful time right now, where there's a lot more people. This is the end of the line, as far as this planet goes. It doesn't mean there's not other places to go, but as far as the Earth goes, I know there's, because of 2012 and because of all the prophecies, the Hopi prophecies and the Mayan prophecies, and the Buddhist prophecies, they're all sort of, and the Book of Revelation, all of those are coming in line now. So I think a lot of us will not be back again. We will be on to do other things. But between now and then, yes, we've had several lifetimes where we keep coming back. Now, you've got to think outside the box with that, because a lot of people think that when they're thinking of reincarnation, that all these spirits, all they do is they die and they come back to Earth. There's more than one galaxy, there's more than one planet, you know.
Well, Ifrit told us there's places you can go and not forget who you are.
Yeah, there's places
Like when
you can
come
have
here,
all
you
that
don't remember
knowledge.
anything.
Yeah.
You know, you start from ground zero, you don't remember
Now,
anything.
with passing or with coming back, there's no set limit to how long you have to wait before you come back again. There are metaphysicians out there that'll say, well, you've got to wait 100 years. How the hell do they know that?
We'll
That's
time
what
that, right?
We told them that, you know, it's like 100 years. That's okay, because that way, everybody that knows you is dead, so nobody's going to be able to prove you wrong, you know?
Well, the other thing too, that suicides have to come right back, and that's not true.
That's not true either. Suicides may decide
Yes.
to do it with what they know when they cross over and go, right,
Damn it.
damn it,
I'll do it again.
I'll do it again. But it's their choice. They're not, there's nobody out there going, where do you think you're going? Back on the bus. You know, all of you who came here by their own volition, stay on the bus. Rest of you can leave. No, there's none of that, because I think that's old school, that's old religious teaching, and it's not really accurate, you know, at all. It's like mothers who have abortions are not punished when they cross over. It's just not, it's not that way, because you can't have a non-judgmental source energy that chooses what it judges and not judges, because that's still judgmental. I think this is, heaven and hell is here, and it's what you make it while you're here. That you can be you can be in hell all your life if that's what you want. Those are your choices, or you can be in heaven based on your choices. But when you cross over, you do have the opportunity to come back, or not, but it's up to you. And the case of Andrew and Connie and I, we did get together, and Alicia, we did get together as a family. And we've traveled many lifetimes before and decided, okay, who do I trust? And I'm going to get leukemia when I'm 16 and I'm going to cross, but who do I trust? We'll carry on and not be complete basket cases when I do this. Well, let me go to the two people that I've traveled with the most, and they know me and I know them. And let me go
See,
back
I
with
met him
them.
at 13 and I knew. And then he went back to Ireland when I was 14, and at 15 I picked my daughter's name. I knew I was having her at 15. I didn't have her till 19, but I just knew. I just knew.
And I picked out the name. The name came from me. You know, so little serendipitous things that happen as you move along. And everything spiritual right now can be explained scientifically. If you're into people like Carl Jung, Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, Greg Braden, to get modern with it, they all have the right theories about spirit and
And I would
science.
say for her, Greg Braden would be, because when we went
Yeah.
to the I Can Do It, what was it? It was after Andrew passed.
Mhm.
That we went as Dorian and Stephen's guest, and I said, you know, they were giddy like little girls for Greg Braden, and I'm like, oh, science guy, yeah, I'll pack up the laundry, you guys go ahead and get the front row seat that you have to have, and I'll sit in the back. And I go, and Mark's
Wasn't like
outside,
that.
and I said, what are you doing out here? It started 10 minutes ago. He goes, no, he's having problems, technical problems, this, that, and the other.
Computer guy.
And so
Having technical problems.
he said, so he brings me in, we sit down, and everything starts working. And his talk knocked my socks off, because he talked about a lot of things that my son did when he was here and since he crossed. And I love the fact that there's a lot of science behind a lot of the woo-woo stuff that people, you know, like the 2012, he says, yes, you're going to wake up on December 22nd and you'll make your coffee. I'm like, thank you. People say, do you think it's the end of the world? And I said, I wouldn't be that lucky. I said, no, we'll be here, believe me. And so I would say, and it's what, Greg Braden, the 2 Gs.
Mhm.
But on YouTube, he's got a lot of different videos.
He's a Mayan scholar as well. And he does all the Mayan
Heart Math
prophecies.
Institute.
Heart Math Institute, yeah, which is heartmath.org.
But I mean, he showed pictures from from space about the Earth and the aura and how our emotions have been measured from Earth. There was a spike on 9/11
Mhm.
and a spike when Diana died, Princess Diana. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's